Good evening and welcome to the Downers Grove Township meeting of the Board of Trustees for Monday, July 22nd, 2024. Calling this meeting to order. Let's start by standing for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Trustee Ferguson.
Here.
Trustee Whipperdotti.
Here.
Supervisor Coltrack.
Here.
And I will note that Trustee McCoy is absent.
All right, so with that, we will go to public comment. And just a brief reminder, residents will have an opportunity to speak during public comment. Comments are directed to the supervisor. We ask that comments be kept to 3 minutes and address Downers Grove Township issues. Please refrain from profanity and personal attacks directed at people, and please be respectful of all residents. We remind you that public comments are not a Q&A session. And I do have one person, Catherine Greenspan from Hinsdale High School. School board.
First of all, thank you for your service.
Thank you.
Secondly, I'd like to introduce our superintendent, Dr. Michael Locke. Thank you. As you may already be aware, a TIF district is under consideration by the village of Clarendon Hills. It has been named the 55th Street TIF. A TIF district freezes the base EAV in the TIF district boundaries for up to 23 years. During those 23 years, taxes on the base EAV still go to taxing bodies as normal. But taxes on any EAV above the base EAV get diverted from the taxing districts and go to the village's TIF fund for redevelopment and other TIF eligible costs. All TIF districts are different, and schools must give scrutiny to every proposed TIF district given the 23-year impairment on the tax base. It doesn't mean that District 86 is automatically opposed to the TIF. It just means that we need time to consider the TIF and time to consider any intergovernmental agreement that may be offered by the village. On July 31st, a reconvened Joint Review Board meeting, or JRB meeting for short, will be held. All taxing districts in the TIF can attend and vote at the JRB meeting, including Downers Grove Township. District 86 certainly plans to be present. At the last JRB meeting on July 10th, the village told the JRB attendees that an intergovernmental agreement would be coming, but we have not yet received it, and we continue to review the information that is provided to us. We are asking for your support at the JRB meeting on July 30th. We are not asking you to vote against the TIF on July 30th, or 31st, sorry. We haven't even made that decision ourselves. Rather, we are simply seeking your support for a further continuance of the JRB meeting. Put another way, we are seeking your support for the idea that measured consideration is what is called for here, not hasty approval of a TIF to satisfy a non-binding timeframe. We are hopeful that you agree. We are happy to address any questions that you may have.
So you feel it's being rushed?
Well, we haven't had we are not fully informed yet. There were questions posed. The village did say they were coming back to the school districts with an intergovernmental agreement in details, and we don't have anything yet. There are specifically 4 school districts, or 3. So it's Hinsdale 86, District 181, Marker 60, as well as College of DuPage. We have not received any details of an intergovernmental agreement for us to consider.
And all the schools are like that? None of the schools are saying they've received?
I don't know. I just know that we haven't.
And the vote is on the 31st?
The Joint Review Board will reconvene on the 31st and pose questions and receive answers, whatever the village has. But we're asking for your support until we are fully informed and we can make a decision on behalf of our district. It's our obligation.
Now, this has already been put off once because it was supposed to have started in June. I was invited to a June meeting that got canceled. And then July 10th, which I was not able to attend. So I know it's been pushed off one time. I understand your point with the intergovernmental agreement. We have not received one either, although I don't know if we will receive one if it's just in schools. So this is something that you and I can talk about at a later time before the 31st.
That would be great. A better understanding for us, and for all public school systems and all our students that reside in, the TIF district, a better understanding on how this TIF will impact the public school system is needed.
And just for clarification, this is the old Tracy's Tavern.
Yes, it includes the old Tracy's
It
Tavern.
starts there on the west and then runs east,
I think that's right.
Yeah, I think
not to Jewel.
it includes the Jewel.
They're knocking down those apartment buildings?
We have no purview on what the village does within the TIF district, but we would like to understand.
Yeah.
I think the apartments and all those others would be able to apply for TIF funds if it goes all that way. Doesn't mean they're not going to happen per se.
No.
No, so the TIF funds are traditionally held for many reasons, infrastructure projects, public works, and also the village can hold the TIF funds to help incentivize developers to come in for redevelopment of the area.
Which is,
Yeah. But they're gonna do that, whatever they do there.
because the town is struggling.
Yeah.
Correct.
Where's the meeting on the 31st?
At Clarendon Hills Village Hall at 10 a.m.
I will be there for that.
Thank you. Paul. We just want to understand answers.
Have they been withholding information? Have you been asking these pointed questions and no one will respond? I guess I don't understand the breakdown in communication.
There were questions posed at the July 10th meeting, and the village said that they were going to come back with.
Has anybody contacted them since the July 10th meeting?
We haven't received anything.
But you haven't reached out to them either?
I was not present. I can't, I don't know. But I will say that as a taxing district that is being impacted by the TIF, I would hope that the village would, of course, want to work with us, and I think that they do, but I'm sure they're probably still gathering information. So if they don't have all the information by July 31st, it would be best for everybody to pause and wait for all the information.
You can reach me at the township number. Just call the township and I will talk to you. So,
Okay. Thanks, Paul.
you're welcome. And I think, do we have any other questions? With that, I'll go to our next thing, which is the motion to approve the minutes of the board meeting from June 20th, 24 as presented.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Lorraine, would you take a roll?
Trustee Recordati?
Aye.
Trustee Ferguson?
Aye.
Supervisor Coltrane?
Aye. Minutes passed. Next up is the motion to approve the trustee audit and approval of bills and claims as presented. Do I hear a motion to approve the audit?
So move.
Second.
Any questions, comments? Lorraine, would you call roll?
Yeah. Trustee Recordati?
Aye.
Trustee Ferguson?
Aye.
Supervisor Coltrane?
Aye. And that passes. Next up is the supervisor's report. I'm going to go on a little bit, and then Dave's going to take over on the senior center. Take care of all the numbers, or I have people taking numbers down for how many phone calls they get and how many people come into our office. Last year, we had just under 10,000 people phone calls that came. So far this year, we're at 5,652. Just a few numbers. I'm a numbers guy, so I do kind of like to go through these. Senior Services, which includes the senior center, has had over 1,800 phone calls and appointments. LIHEAP, which is the low-income heating program that's run through the county that we would help out with, has had 673. We've had 667 phone calls first half of the year for passports, 491 for GA and emergency assistance. Emergency assistance has been kind of on hold a little bit because Commonwealth Edison is not sending out disconnect notices yet, so I'm sure that number will pick up tremendously. Medical lending closet, we had 400, we've had 436. We started a new thing with the senior center. When people don't show up, we've sent them an email because we're afraid. We want to know, why didn't you come? Are you okay? We had a lady email me back last week, and she said, I'm really sorry, I forgot about it, I broke my hip, but I was able to get stuff from a wheelchair and a walker from the medical lending closet. And I think that's great because, and she says, I'll have it back to you in September, don't worry about it. But it's, it's nice because it's free. You go to the pharmacies or whatever, and you have to pay a lot of money. I had the experience with my knee where they say, oh, you just take a walker and it's free. Well, you get your insurance bill and it's on there, so it's not free. But it is with us. You get 6 months on it, or 90 days, and then an extension of 90. So you get 180 days to. There's no charge for it. The other thing that's interesting too, we have a weeds and grass program. So if people's grass is growing too long or weeds are growing bad, high in their yards, people can call. For the first time in the 3 years I've been here, we've actually, so what happens is we send out the letter to the people and they have 2 weeks to mow their lawn. If they don't, then I have Andy Anderson go out there and do it. And for the first time in 3 years, we've actually sent out 4 different bills this week. If they still don't pay that, then they get a lien against their house. So it's been pretty good until this year. For some reason, people aren't doing it. So we're doing quite a bit there, and I think that's about it. I think we had 60 people come over the last 2 months for passports, so that's really big for us. So with that, I will turn it over to Dave to talk about all the activities that are happening with the senior center, which is also setting records for attendance.
Kind of envisioning you going out to somebody's house while cutting the grass.
I could do that. I could do that.
Mine a little black and decker.
And me and my cell phone camera. So year to date, January 1st, last year to July 19th, we had 3,300, roughly 3,300 seniors come through the doors and utilize the program. And this year, January 1st to July 19th, we've had 7,300 people. So more than double year over year, seniors are using the Township Service Senior Center. And that's because we have stuff like guitar lessons with Terry. I still haven't come to that. And I heard he's really good.
Yes, and they had 10 people signed up for it, so.
And I miss,
There's no room for you.
there's no room. And I can sing, I missed the Beatle thing after all the talking about the Beatle thing. I missed it because I had to
Well, you need to sign up early.
I should sponsor the Beatle thing. And there's karaoke on
Oh,
Fridays. So if you've ever heard Abby sing, we have we have bingo, they have self-defense. I do have one question. What is ice dyeing classes? Our ice dyeing class, do you know what that is?
It's a craft.
Class? Ice dyeing?
Craft.
I know what a craft is.
It's a craft class.
They really?
Yeah.
Never, well, so we're expanding. Know your numbers, good stuff for seniors, that know your numbers, they have self-defense. So this is the August coming out next week, right?
It should be out hopefully by the end of the week.
That's it for this month.
All right.
It's the summer.
We have no assessors report, so the highway. Abby?
It's my pleasure. In the past month, the highway department has been working on the following projects. The tree crew has been busy over the last 2 weeks picking up the storm damage and removing trees which came down during the storms. The sheriff's notice notified us of trees which came down after hours in the Gardens for Hooker Ridge subdivision off Madison Street near 97th. Other trees which were reported during the working hours were in Pleasantdale and on Woodcrest near Lamont Road. The crew spent most of last week picking up the limbs in various subdivisions, removing hanging limbs from the trees left in the storm. They also spent considerable time keeping our storm sewers open between downpours. We have over 820 storm sewer basins in our subdivisions, which take a good amount of our time to clean. We used our track hoe with the shredding attachment to finish the cutback on 109th Street and also along Downers Drive in Pleasantdale. We are very pleased with the amount of brush we can eliminate in a day with this machine. Our crew made improvements to the Holly Avenue storm sewer basin between Cass and Grant and Farmingdale North subdivision. We excavated and installed 2 storm, I know, it's very exciting, storm sewer basins, which will grant us access to the system and make it easier to eliminate clogs and debris in the pipes. We have asked the county to televise the system and grind any roots they may find. The system was cleaned of roots 4 years ago, but has been blocked by regrowing roots from nearby trees. After the county finishes the cleaning of the corner of Grant and Holly, that should drain faster, eliminating standing water in the warmer months of the year and ice in the winter. We replaced several culverts and failed underground storm sewer in the Deer Pass subdivision. Work was finished ahead of our next radar contractor visit and ahead of our concrete program, so our ditches are ready to be dug and concrete driveways will be ready for concrete work. We finished putting together our concrete program for this year, and our contractor started in Clarendon Heights. We have budgeted $100,000 for the sidewalk and curb repairs this year. Subdivisions we will be doing repairs are in Clarendon Heights, Farmingdale North and South, Lake in the Woods, and Deer Path Estates. Thank you, Andy Anderson.
Speed reading. There's a lot of information packed in that report.
They do a lot.
Every month.
Yes. Okay, with that, any old business? Any new business? And with that, I will take a motion to move to executive session pursuant to the Open Meetings Act 5 ILCS 120-2C3. This is for us to consider an appointment for a person to fill a office vacancy. One of our trustees has resigned. So with that, I would take a motion.
So moved.
Second.
Lorraine, would you take roll?
Okay, trustee Ricordati.
Aye.
Trustee Ferguson.
Aye.
Supervisor Coltrane.
Aye, and that passes. So at this time,
Did you make the motion for both executive
oh, I
sessions?
did that, okay, I'm sorry. We also have a motion to move to executive session pursuant to Open Meetings Act 5, ILCS 120-2C21, the semi-annual review of minutes as mandated by Section 206.
So moved.
Second.
Lorraine, take roll.
Okay, trustee Ricordati.
Aye.
Trustee Ferguson.
Aye.
Supervisor Coltrane.
Aye. And it will pass.
To adjourn?
Motion to
Okay,
adjourn.
yeah.
So move.
Second.
All those in favor?
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay.